Let's talk about Henry Cavill Superman coming back in Black Adam and beyond. Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix. My name is Chris Wong. And yeah, this could very well be my last Henry Cavill coming back as Superman in Black Adam video until, Black Adam comes out. Maybe. Now before I get to it, here's a word from our sponsor, Movie Palette. A movie palette is a distinctive way to enjoy your favorite movie displayed artistically on canvas. Each one has a hidden story to tell, and whether you choose to reveal its secret is up to you. How does it work? First, they capture every scene in the movie. Then, they find the dominant color from each scene. Then, the result is a unique chronological color palette of your favorite movie. And of course, I had to pick Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, which is one of my favorite DC films of all time. And instead of putting a huge poster on the wall, I found Movie Palette, which has a distinct color palette that I can mount on my wall. And each one will have the name of the movie right there on the canvas. But there's tons and tons of movies you can choose from Star Wars to Lord of the Rings, whatever you want. And if you want to get a movie palette of your own, put in my discount code FLIX15. It will give you an additional 15% discount from any product on their website. Go to moviepalette.com right now. Join thousands of movie fans who've come to love having their favorite movie palette on their wall. Alright, so now that D23 is over and Henry Cavill was not announced for any Marvel role over there, at least for now, it's pretty much safe to say that Henry Cavill is still Superman. Not that he couldn't play both sides, but fans like myself are more at ease if he's still in DC. And yesterday's nail-biting D23 made me want to talk about Henry Cavill. How many times do you have to talk about this? And I know there's a lot of different insiders or scoopers or just people in general on the internet that kind of want to imply that Superman coming into Black Adam is a new thing. Well, I want to lead you back to the well of me knowing full well 6 years ago that Henry Cavill Superman was kind of promised or expected to be in a Black Adam movie. Back in December 25th of 2016, the year of Batman v Superman, The Rock posted on Instagram, "Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Black Adam and Superman and Henry Cavill. Today we drink like gentlemen and come together as friends. We're excited for what the future brings." Which at this time in 2016 was the very first moment, the very first promise that we will one day not only get to see Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson as Black Adam, but that he will meet up or fight Henry Cavill as Superman. And as you know, it does help they are repped by the same agent Danny Garcia. It just seems so likely that Henry Cavill would return as Superman under the $7 production umbrella. And then all the wild speculation and the trades reporting that Henry Cavill is not Superman anymore, and then Danny Garcia and Henry Cavill both said, nope, the cape is still in the closet. All that turmoil. Boss Logic in 2019 posted this. Early 2018, The Rock and his team reached out to me and asked me if I could create a piece of him fighting Superman, with Superman doing some damage. His idea. Fast forward to now, and I got to run it back officially, but this time with Jim Lee. So thankful for the opportunity. So even from that post, it's already implied that Boss Logic worked with The Rock in order to actually have Superman in the Black Adam movie. But not only until it was 2019 when it was officially brought back up with Jim Lee. Boss Logic is followed by a lot of celebrities. They seem to use him often for different concept art, including the official concept art for Blue Beetle. He also was the very first one to know that Robert Pattinson was going to be Batman. So in terms of people who would know things about the industry in terms of artists, I would put a lot of stake that Boss Logic would know what's going on. Back in 2021, when Total Film says exclusive, The Rock is confident we will see his Black Adam fight Superman, Boss Logic says it will be Henry. Even Danny Garcia reposts something from Boss Logic. Danny Garcia shared this post from Boss Logic where he said, "Hope never left, at Henry Cavill, #Superman." And at this point, we finally get to May of 2020 when an official trade actually talked about Henry Cavill reprising his role as Superman in possible multiple movies. Deadline Hollywood, we haven't seen the last of Henry Cavill's Man of Steel. And in that article it says exclusive, while there is not a Man of Steel sequel in works, we're hearing that Henry Cavill is in talks to reprise his Superman role in the Warner Bros. DC universe. We hear Cavill could come back in a couple of different ways, though not in a standalone film. But there are plans to put him back in the big red cape again, sources with knowledge tell us. Warner Brothers is not developing a Man of Steel sequel, and Wonder Woman 1984, Suicide Squad are in the can. Superman isn't expected to make a cameo in Matt Reeves' The Batman either. Other projects where Cavill could make a cameo are Shazam 2, Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam, or Aquaman 2, which are the next productions to be prepped once COVID-19 safety restrictions lift. And since all three movies, Black Adam, Aquaman the Lost Kingdom, and Shazam Fury of the Gods, have not come out yet, like many, I also bring up this article to show that I could definitely roll the dice and say that Henry Cavill would return as Superman in one or all of these movies. But since the movies have been delayed, it is now 2022, our first movie out the gate would be Black Adam, which would be the very first movie and the most likely that Henry Cavill would return as Superman. And if it were to happen that he would be in that Black Adam movie, then it would be a promise that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson had set multiple times. And you've heard The Rock talk about this before. It's either the hierarchy of the DC universe will change, or he's gonna fight Superman.
I always thought that it might be cool to hang out with Superman. That would be cool, right? I mean, we're kind of similar in terms of our powers, our strengths, our speeds. Because look, at the end of the day, you never know. Black Adam and Superman could become friends. Or they won't. Who knows? Maybe we'll see.
And now Superman being in Black Adam would not take away from the bulk of the movie, which is going to be a Black Adam versus Justice Society movie. I mean, honestly, for me, being a Superman fan, it would elevate that movie to a level that I'd really appreciate. That's if Henry Cavill actually shows up as Superman. Because as a Superman fan, we've been disappointed before. We've had headless Superman, Shazam. We've had shadowy Superman in Peacemaker. It's not the first time that we may or may not get a headless or shadowy Superman. But hey, maybe third time's the charm and we actually get Henry Cavill as Superman this time. And that the shadowy Superman or the headless Superman that were at the recent test screenings were just placeholders for the actual Henry Cavill Superman to show up. And by the way, this has nothing to do with Zack Snyder coming back to do Justice League 2 or 3. This is really all about Henry Cavill taking the cape out of his closet so he could fly again. Because we all know Henry Cavill has his own vision of Superman and the Superman he wants to make.
Where we left off with Man of Steel in particular, which was a guy who had found his place, or tried to find his place, but had sort of found it by the end, had committed something which he would consider a most horrific sin by killing the last member of his species. That is a place where I'd like to travel from with the character. Him exploring the positivity of who he is. Not necessarily the chocolate box version, but that leaning into that character who actually becomes an icon of hope and enjoying that experience rather than necessarily being made uncomfortable by it.
I would love to make a Superman movie, absolutely. I would love to draw from all of my favorite comic books and make an original story there which is based in the essences of those characters and have that joyful, hopeful, powerful figure who Superman is, and not just like the chocolate box sort of, saving kittens and stuff. A little bit of that, absolutely, but also the badass version of Superman. The Superman who you see his raw power, not necessarily unleashed in a negative way, but you see it in the protection of other people. And that's the kind of stuff I would love to do. Yes, I could wax lyrical.
So if Henry Cavill does show up as Superman and Black Adam, to me and many others, it just makes sense that means he's got a good contract, he's going to get his own solo film, and he's going to continue being Superman from now on. And what kind of DCEU would we have if we didn't have Henry Cavill as Superman? He is the greatest superhero and the main superhero, the superhero that started the DCEU. It would be like Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark or Chris Evans' Captain America disappearing before they got to the very end of Endgame. So just having Henry Cavill just show up at least once in one of these movies just gives us great hope that we're going to see him in more future films. But if he doesn't show up, well, guess it's back to the drawing board. This is something I've been waiting almost 6 years for ever since Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Henry Cavill showed up in that Christmas photo back in 2016. Fulfilling a promise that The Rock made himself, that Black Adam will fight Superman. Alright, now that the chances are higher that Henry Cavill is staying in the DC universe, are you still on the fence, or do you think Henry Cavill will indeed come back as Superman? Share your thoughts in the comments down below.